Hi guys, welcome to Mbali Talks, where we talk all things side hustles, how you can make money online, and just generally how you can gain a bit of financial freedom for yourself. In today's video, I want to share with you some high income skills that you can actually train and get free certificates for online right now that you can use to either make money for yourself on the side, maybe even link it to your current career just as a way for you to expand and or even change the trajectory of your career. What I like about the courses that we're actually going to talk about is that some of them don't even require you to have a college degree and or experience, so long as you're able to get yourself a free certificate online.
And I'm still going to tell you where you can get those certificates
In order for you to set yourself apart from everybody else in the industry that might actually be applying for the same jobs. In addition, a lot of the jobs that are going to come from these high income skills are jobs that are based online, which means you will get to work remotely from basically anywhere in the world without you ever leaving your house. And you also get the benefit of actually working for companies that pay in dollars, pounds, euros, etc., which is obviously a big benefit for someone like myself who is based in Africa. So if this sounds like your vibe, then please don't be shy to join the Mbali Talks community by just hitting the subscribe button below. And also remember to always keep your notification bell on so that you never miss out on any of the content that happens here. Without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. The first high income skill that can make you money online with no degree and no experience is for you to go into cybersecurity. Now, I'll be honest with you, if you're somebody who is in the IT and or the software development space, this is actually a way for you to actually change the trajectory of your career if maybe coding and programming is not your thing. So with cybersecurity, your job is basically to protect company systems, data, etc. from cyber attacks, whether it's people that want to steal that data, damage that data, and or even hack it. Your responsibility will basically to be able to come up with strategies as well as measures to prevent companies' data being either stolen and or hacked. In addition, you will also have to create strategies that will help to detect if there's any potential cyber attacks that might be happening, and also how to actually deal with them and report them to the said company so that you can avoid all the cyber attacks and or stolen data and hacks. You know those times where you get phone calls from different companies, usually telesales trying to sell you something. It's because there's people that either have hacked the data that you've put on, say, maybe your insurance company or your banking details, etc., to get your telephone number so that they can call you. Or unfortunately, sometimes, you know those places where they require you to put in a telephone number and your name. Personally, I usually put the wrong telephone number because some of those places that don't necessarily require your information, like say maybe when you're driving into a complex, for example, those people tend to take your data and sell it. So as a cybersecurity person, your job is to make sure that data like that belongs to the clients and or even the organization that you're working for does not get stolen. For places where you can actually get a free certificate for you to go into cybersecurity, you can check out platforms like Coursera, edX. I think also Microsoft Courses actually has a few that you can check out, even if you're just trying to see what cybersecurity is about. But I will say that it's actually a high income skill that is great for someone who likes the IT and or software development space. And if you're someone who already has a bit of experience with that, then obviously it will work as a bonus in your favor when you're looking for remote online jobs. Entry-level cybersecurity professionals earn anything between 300 all the way to 500k per year, which basically boils down to about 25,000 rand a month or 1,500 USD on a monthly basis that you could actually be making by just having a cybersecurity high income skill. The next high income skill that you can use to make money online with no degree and experience is for you to go into generative AI. This is something that I've actually commonly spoke about a lot on Mbali Talks, but with generative AI, your job is not just to train the AI tools, but it's to create new content, whether it's videos or text or images, so that the AI tool itself that people use on an everyday basis can continue to produce accurate information. I've seen a lot of people online say that they now rely on ChatGPT to be their friend or to be a therapist. All the information that ChatGPT gets to give people back as information has already been inputted by people that are training AI, which is basically where you would come in. So your responsibility as a generative AI professional is to help AI to continue to generate new content, because the different prompts that people do on a platform like, say, for example, ChatGPT tend to be new each and every day. The only way for that platform to actually be able to produce content that it can give back to people is for you to be able to create that new information and train that AI to produce that kind of information. You can check out platforms such as Coursera, Allison courses, as well as Microsoft courses. And I'll keep mentioning Microsoft courses because they do tend to have a lot of courses. You will find that a majority of them are actually courses that you need to pay for. However, what I like with Microsoft courses is the fact that you only pay once on a monthly basis for you to have access to different courses. So you can get a cybersecurity certificate, you can also get a generative AI certificate on a platform just like Microsoft courses from one fee that you get to pay on a monthly basis. The advantage with using Coursera and Allison courses, for example, is that the courses are actually free. However, when you now need to print out your certificate to show that you've actually completed that diploma and or that course, you will be required to pay a certain amount of money. I think the last time I did a course on Coursera and I actually paid for the certificate, it wasn't anything more than 200 Rand, which quite honestly, I feel like is a small amount for you to pay in order for you to get a certificate that can set you apart online if you are looking for a remote work from home job, and or if you're looking to just harness your skill so that you can get yourself a high income skill just like generative AI. Salaries for generative AI professionals range depending on location, skill, as well as experience, which quite honestly, if you're somebody who's actually just going into the industry, you are at an entry level. And the average for an entry level professional goes for about 500,000, which basically goes down to about 40,000 Rands on a monthly basis. Can you imagine having no proper qualification and just a couple of certificates in generative AI and being able to score yourself a remote work from home job where you don't have to wake up every day, be stuck in traffic to get to your workplace, and still be able to make that kind of money for yourself? Hence why it is said to be a high income skill. The next high income skill that you can get a free certificate for, even if you don't have experience and or a degree, is for you to go into data analysis. With data analysis, your job is basically to gather, process, and produce information for different organizations so that they can use that information to make informed decisions. So if you're somebody who's actually into either IT space or you're even someone who's in the administrative space, in the sense that you are able to process and generate data and make it make sense, or you're someone who's great at organizational and time management skills, this is a high income skill that you can actually learn online as a way for you to further your career. What I like about certificates like this is the fact that all you would have to do is to just have a bit of experience. And then when you put that certificate on that experience, you can literally turn your career from what it is now into you actually being a data analyst. You can decide for yourself that you want to start on an entry-level basis because obviously you want to be able to become hireable as someone who was not experienced in that field before. Then once you have cracked into that industry, it becomes easier for you to even take higher courses, say maybe at places like UCT, for you to actually be able to get qualifications that relate to that. I just feel like it's easy skills that you can actually find online almost for nothing that you can use again to either turn the career that you want to go into and or to create a career for yourself that maybe you had not even thought of, because we're just all used to the similar professionals that you find in everyday universities. But you may find that not all of us are able to take those qualifications and actually get jobs. And jobs like data analysis actually allow you to be able to work for other companies on a remote basis. So you don't just end up competing in South Africa alone, you get to widespread the amount of companies that you can actually work for, because you can now work for companies in the United States, in the UK, etc. An entry-level data analyst can earn anything between 25 to 30,000 Rand on a monthly basis. And then for professionals, people who have more experience, maybe even people who have a qualification in IT, you can go all the way to earning 700K on an annual basis, which basically puts you in the position of getting paid about 60,000 Rand on a monthly basis. It's just one of those easy high income skills that you can actually find on different course platforms like the ones that I've mentioned in this video, for you to actually be able to create a new career for yourself and or enhance the career that you already have, so that you can actually become a high income earning person. The next high income skill that you can actually learn is great if you're a beginner, have no experience and or qualification, and it's literally one of the oldest jobs in the industry. This is for you to go into customer service work. There's so many easy certificates that you can find teaching you about administration, about being a sales rep, about being a customer service representative. Because there is a difference between a sales rep, who's the person that actually sells the product, and a customer service rep, who's the person who answers the customers once they've actually bought the product, if there are any issues that actually come up with that particular product. All the companies that you see, literally all of them, need customer service reps. And the nice thing about it is that you find these companies like We Localize, Automatic, TTEC, which are companies that I've actually spoken about on this platform that are always hiring for customer service reps on a remote basis. So those companies do not discriminate. They don't care where you are based. They don't care what qualification you have. All they want is for you to be eligible to work on their platforms as a customer service rep. One main advantage about the companies that I've actually just mentioned that you can look into if you want to become a customer service rep is the fact that they are willing to train you in order for you to get the job. Not only that, they pay you even during the training. So say, for example, you're going to get paid $15 per hour while you're still on training. And then once you've qualified and gotten your certificate through them, they then change your salary to anything between $20 to $25 on an hourly basis that you could be working. Another good thing is that you find a lot of these companies don't necessarily require you to work the entire day. They'll say maybe they need 20 hours of you on a weekly basis. So then you'd know that out of a 5-day week, you just need to contribute 4 hours of your time on a daily basis for you to actually be able to work on their platforms, which means you could actually be doing that customer service rep job and another job, and or even running an actual side hustle for yourself if you're someone who does not want a full-time job. But it's actually one of the easiest industries as well as skills that you can acquire if you are looking for a high income skill job. The next high income skill that can make you a lot of money online with no experience and a qualification is for you to go into digital marketing. And I know when people think of digital marketing, they think Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, but quite honestly, with digital marketing, there's so many aspects of it that you can actually take advantage of to create a skill for yourself that can put you in a positive position to actually get a remote job. Some of the things that are involved in digital marketing include SEO optimization, being able to create ads that are actually going to work on Google, content creation itself, email marketing, online advertising, etc. So again, there's so many things that you can do with your digital marketing certificate if you're somebody who is looking for an online job. Salaries for a digital marketer and or a digital marketing professional range anything between 250 all the way to 600,000 on an annual basis. You can do the math by dividing that by 12 so that you know how much you actually stand to make on a monthly basis. And again, there's platforms just like Coursera, Allison, as well as Microsoft courses that are willing to give you the introductory and or intermediate courses that come with certificates. What I like about platforms like Microsoft courses, as I mentioned earlier, is also the fact that you find a lot of their certificates are actually internationally recognized, which means you do stand a chance to find yourself a job as a digital marketer with companies in the United States, in the UK, and from anywhere in the world, working remotely all the way in the comfort of your home. So if you are looking for a way to either change your career, improve your current career, and or just to be able to get a job for yourself that has nothing to do with what you've actually studied because you're actually struggling to find a job in that industry, then these are the high income skills that you can actually look into, as well as the platforms where you can go in order for you to be able to secure yourself a certificate specifically for them. So if you found this video valuable, please do hit the like button so that it can do well on YouTube's algorithm and you can reward me for all the hard work that has actually gone into it. Not only that, please don't be shy to join the Mbali Talks community by just hitting the subscribe button below, and make sure to keep your notification bell on so that you never miss out on any of the content that happens here on Mbali Talks. Otherwise, I wish you guys all the best in trying to find ways to make money online, starting side hustles, finding remote jobs, and improving your skills so that you can make sure you position yourself in a better position to find remote work from home jobs if that's something for you. Otherwise, I'm actually going to see you in the next Mbali Talks video. Cheers.